welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course we're playing Operation Aegis, our Lancer actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Sarah playing Vika, Patrick playing Freddy, Rappy playing Melody, Eric playing Uriah, Carr playing Tiana, and Jeremy playing Cortev. Alright, who remembers what we did last week?
Up the heist?
Let's see. Whip almost got kidnapped.
Yeah.
They'd have only stolen it. They only wanted him for his body.
Stopped a heist.
Prevented a kidnapping.
Gambled. Did all the
What a
other
magic
things.
show.
I is no longer in debt.
Well, once the money transfer goes through.
Yeah. We'll see what happens there, I guess.
And yes, Whip was fascinated by stage magic.
Next couple combat, Whip's gonna just be doing card tricks.
I mean, I'm impressed with how dexterous he is in that with that frame. But where does he get the playing cards large enough for a mech?
A really big 3D printer.
I say, we've got how many people with printers here?
Well, I think it currently just one, but yes.
I'm trying to think of what size card stock you need.
God, it would have to be like really stiff too, otherwise it would just be like.
Just make them out of sheet metal, you just make them out of sheet metal. You're fine.
Just laser cut them.
Yeah. You're thinking too hard.
Yeah, fair.
Sheet metal.
He's a giant robot. He can surely shuffle the deck of sheet metal.
I said, we need your help with something. Can you 3D print something while we're away?
Gonna need you to do. This is a very important mission. I need you to print 52 7 foot by 5 foot.
Oh, that's right. Y'all also found out what she looked like.
Yep.
Or at least the little icon token she uses. You haven't seen her project a hologram or anything like some of the rest of them do.
We do not have that technology at this level. Next level, though.
All right. So I think we left off with Uriah and
Smokes.
This rough on my vacation.
They were going to go gamble
Well, yeah, not really.
at the poker tournament.
Gambling, but...
They were doing a poker tournament. I assumed it's gambling.
Is it gambling or is it skill?
It's both. Also, I might have to reset my internet. Duba's not getting any.
Dude, but no.
Just give him a cup of Wi-Fi. Don't hold out on him.
Well, we're linked together. We have the little thingy
Switch?
that switch that Carr was able to set up for us and everything. And he has no internet, but I do.
Godspeed.
Yeah. It's been nice.
He'll just have to roll his chair up, get real close to you so y'all can share that mic.
Yeah.
You still on your internet, my love? Or
I mean, you could always check his cable. He could probably disconnect his cable and reconnect it. Maybe.
Parson, maybe if you can try disconnecting your cable and reconnecting it.
First
Disconnects
tangent and
Rappy.
check.
Please don't disconnect me.
Disconnects Rappy. Oh god.
And this is why we don't have the hologram technology for a set.
Yep.
This is why we don't have the nice things.
Well-oiled machine. I think they were playing poker, and all of us were sitting. Well,
In the
all of
viewing
us?
area.
yeah, us and some of the Mad Dogs.
Charlie Wayne was waiting on his reward for turning in the guy after the guy got dogpiled by 4 guards.
Yep. It was kind of one of those, if they found out for sure that something was actually going on, then he would receive a reward.
When
His
they
stay would be
find out that
comped.
something went on.
But the better question is, did they catch the guys in the room?
You don't know. You saw him go after the guy.
Yeah,
Downstairs.
the one guy, but we don't know anything about them going upstairs or anything.
I'm sure if we ask around, we could find out. But
Yeah. But all right, y'all are in the viewing area. Uriah and Smokes are in the tournament.
Now we have our tournament arc. Finally.
beach episode and tournament arc.
If we were going to do a tournament arc, I'd need to have it run y'all through like a training montage or training mission or two.
Legally distinct 80s music.
I'm sure there's some AI generator out there. I can go, give me random crappy 80s soundtracks.
There's
Super
there's
says she
open
started in
license
advance.
games.
All right. So you get in there. You and Smokes do not. Let's see, how many people are usually in a poker tournament?
8 to 16, depending on the table.
Yeah, this would
Don't
probably
ask
be
me
a
how I
16.
know.
Then. I'm just gonna take you at your word.
Sounds like a good number.
Yeah.
You're not running the game, so I figure I can trust you. All right. All right, Uriah. Give me a round. We'll see how well you do the first round. Well, we're not gonna do it like every round, but I think we're gonna do this with a series of rolls. Let's say 4.
Okay.
I will present a quality for each roll. Something that's going on. You can look at your tags and see if you think any of them can be twisted to help you out in this particular instance.
Okay.
First round, just baseline gambling. So you've got anything that you think would help with that.
He'd probably invent create to
Have
basically what he did last time with the blackjack is he kind of like
Well, blackjack is a little, I won't say easier to card count, but this is the first hand of poker. Being able to eliminate which cards are in your hand does not tell you much about anything else.
fair enough. Okay.
I'm also going to
So
roll.
this would
for
just be a
Smokes.
straight roll then.
Okay.
I need to get back on roll 20 because I'm also having to. While we're doing this, I've been updating all of the emails because 19.
All right, so you got a 19. And I forget, what is your grit now?
+3.
That's right.
It goes to +4 next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one for the other player, or other folks.
Oh. Interesting.
All right, you come out of the first round quite well. Smokes doesn't do as well. He actually just manages to avoid being eliminated kind of the first go round. Or first, maybe it's the first couple of hands. Not being too granular here. But once people start getting eliminated, he just kind of barely avoids that. Second go around, you are not dealt a very good hand. If you have anything that would help you bluff, I think he unplugged her.
Oh no.
Oh.
Everybody's Zoom window shifted. Goodbye.
Oh, I know what's happening here.
Oh, okay. Rappy says they got to reset the internet, so it was not
Nah,
necessarily
I
an
don't-
unexpected thing.
I don't have anything that helped me with bluffing.
Okay. Smokes, on the other hand, does.
Okay, that's what's happening there.
9.
All right, so you got a 9. Smokes got a 19. That's almost just a swap from the last time. All right. And the number to beat was a 15. And basically, it's like a contested roll sort of thing. All right. So after this little series, Smokes is making something to come back while you have lost ground. Which probably puts the two of you about even now. A few other people are like, are out their cash. Going into the next series, I guess this would be with consequences. Because you could potentially be disqualified. Or not disqualified, but have burned through your cash.
Fool, contact, poker.
Gets tackled.
For some reason, NHP or NFP just cascades.
No, it's
You're
just
right.
out of nowhere. An RKO.
But let's see. Trying to think of any odd. Bluffing or anything you could do.
Is that a squirrel?
Do you have anything that would help you read an opponent?
Unless we want to potentially twist, invent, create, where he's been kind of like seeing
Well-
what people have been doing the entire
Well,
game, and he's
that
kind of
New ways of looking at things. Technically, that could work.
and he's kind
Yeah.
of like creating sort of like a mental checklist of how they play to kind of see.
Yeah. And you've been playing
Like
playing with these people for a while.
Yeah. Invent devices, tools, or approaches to problems.
this would definitely fall under approach, and I like it because that ties in your intelligence. I'm afraid Smokes doesn't have anything. I was letting him use his lead or inspire for bluffing. But get somewhere quick and blow something up isn't really going to help him here.
I mean, blow something up might, but
Well, you know,
it's also get him disqualified.
if it becomes obvious that somebody's cheating, well, you know what happens to cheaters in card games, so it might work
Shot.
then. Or if
Yes,
he's the one
yes,
cheating, get somewhere quick might help him get away. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, everyone here has a Derringer. We get it.
Yeah, give me a roll.
You don't.
Ooh. That is not good for Smokes. He may get eliminated. Oh, nope.
Got a 17.
All right. And for the other player, or other card sharks, I only rolled a 3. So both of you actually did quite well this round. But the field's narrowing down. As we get into the last little bit, it is actually you and Smokes. And let's see. You've gotten a 19, 9, and a 17. He's got a 10, a 19, and a 10. So yeah, so you're kind of in the lead at the moment. He's going to go for, to use his bluff. Can you think of anything you'd like to do? Or is he going to continue using his? I've been watching how everybody's been doing.
I'm able to watch them, right?
Yeah. Y'all are
We're
all
watching
watching the
them.
play go down.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can't
probably
really
still
interact with them.
the invent create to invent new approaches.
If you want, you can. I have the thing where you can just roll a 10.
You know.
I
He
saw
is
your last
still-
couple rolls. I was like,
He is sealed in a room, literally, where you cannot communicate with him.
It is. I just have to be able to see him.
Yeah,
That is the
that's that-
wording
that's
of that talent.
That's that empath power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot block my mind.
From behind the glass in a soundproof room, finger guns.
I've actually been like Horusing, like justifying it in like a Horus sense of like the crap's getting into him.
Nanite, son.
Nanite son.
Definitely nothing supernatural.
Yeah. But that's I'll let Eric decide if he wants to roll or give a 10.
I mean, with that 10, that's a guaranteed 19. So.
Cortev just gets a headache. Like, fuck.
Ty looking over at him, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm kind of like have like one eye looking at the games. Like, this is a really good game. It's really competitive.
Ty reaches in and grabs like basically the equivalent of Tylenol and hands it to him.
Thanks. He like
Hands
downs
water.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely water. Here. This will take care of that
Yeah.
hangover.
Hydrate.
The good Tylenol.
There's like I think Cortev sees like flashes of like the scene around and everything that's gone on, and he doesn't know what it is, but he's like putting it together in a way that is paracausal to him, that Uriah can see the what's the word, the line, as it were, like the winning line.
Jason, you might want to add me back into it because the video is wonky since I had to reset internet.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Also-
yeah, like, I'll take that guaranteed 19, no problem.
Also, Jason, I was listening when I had stepped away, and I'm like, this sounds like a Magic the Gathering tournament.
A little bit.
I'm like,
There's synapses that are firing that Cortev doesn't feel good about. He's like, ugh, God dang it.
All right. I think that's got the video. Yeah, that's got the video good. All right. All right. So, Uriah, this last round, it's almost like you know what cards your opponents have. You just get this vague sense of, this vague sense of unease. So it's like you know which hands to fold.
you know when to hold them.
You get this
God, no.
odd feeling of when somebody's bluffing. Smokes, on the other hand, clearly does not have this sixth sense kicking in. This is actually the worst round he has. And he gets eliminated partway through. He seems to take it well. But he had made it most of the way through the tournament. So that's, he put in a respectable performance.
He's like, top 4, I'll take it.
Yeah, kind of,
You would, Sarah.
You're welcome.
But it comes down to a nice dramatic, there's just 3 of you left. Everybody goes all in. You're pretty sure this guy over here is bluffing.
Give him the chair. Oh wait.
You figure the guy in front of you's got a good hand, but you think you've got him beat. You're confident. And then you're almost freaked out when he lays down almost exactly the cards you were thinking he had. This last hand's gone weird. Maybe you're a poker savant.
The greatest poker player ever.
It just took most of the tournament for that to kick in or something.
Maybe I had to see how it's done to learn the ways of the sword.
No, get out.
You don't even look at your last card. You just flip it over at the end.
Muted, Deca.
No, that was it. I was just motioning.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I saw your mouth move, so
It's an onomatopoeia for my benefit.
So, for clarification, did Uriah win?
Yes, because the house rolled really bad that last round too. Not as bad as Smokes.
clapping.
Thank you, Deca.
Clapping.
Deca's a cheater. What would Horace think?
Horse would
It's
be like,
absolute-
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Horse
Horse would be,
without-
good job.
Time is clapping, but if Vika looks at her, she's very much holding in the customary yeah.
Oh, Vika's not holding in the fuck yeah.
Okay, then if she sees that, then she's just gonna go for it.
There are some other people in the viewing room who look at you like tourists.
No shit's given.
What was the pot? Because my retort's gonna be like, well, if you were winning a pot that big, you would cheer too.
Aren't you Union? I didn't think Union used money.
It's the thrill of the hunt.
Don't use money doesn't mean we don't like money.
I mean, without money, how else can we make it rain?
Oh, I hate.
Don't they use a coin-based system? Wouldn't it be more like hailing?
The
Well-
casino uses coin based.
Okay.
Yeah.
The culture as a whole uses a variety of stuff. Coins,
Yeah, it's
bills,
in a
credit
lot of
cards.
ways, I want to say mana is more or less a completely digital one
That just
that
reminds me.
exists in theory.
It just reminds me of that YouTube short of I cast $100 million in nickels.
Oh yes, I've seen that one. The Wizard Wars are always messed up.
I mean, darling, to be fair, one of us knows how to make it rain, except it's in munitions.
Holy shit! I didn't even realize you got here.
Just snuck in here like a damn ghost.
Even when he's not a Nos, he's a Nos.
Wait, when did the Marnook get Swallowtail background? What happened here?
But-
Making it rain munitions and bodies.
so while Vika is very vocal, most other folks just sort of clap politely.
I was clapping respectfully.
You know, you get
Oh
a lot
no,
of
like if Vika's vocal, so is Ty.
a lot of the other players come and shake your hand. They tell you what a good, hey, it was a really good game. A few of them just sort of leave, maybe in a snit. But most of them are pretty decent sports about it.
Yeah, the ones that are good sports about it, he'll return in kind.
Like I said, Smokes takes it perfectly well. Yeah, he'd have liked to have won, but he got in. It was a good showing. Playing against high caliber players. He does tell you now it's traditional when you win these things to buy your friends around. Seriously. Long story tradition as he lights up his cigar.
Vika.
If you don't believe me, ask Charlie. Hey, Charlie Wayne, does the winner buy a round?
The winner buys a round. A couple rounds if they want a lot.
You just won a tournament. I think you can probably spare a round or two.
Basically, everybody around you who you'd be buying rounds for agrees this is a tradition.
Ty's like,
Peer pressure, peer
I've not
pressure,
heard of this.
peer pressure.
But Ty doesn't drink anyway, so that's why she has.
Oh, yeah, well,
doesn't
Smoke's
know.
thing is, yeah, but you're not a gambler. I would expect you to have heard of it.
Yeah. I also don't drink, so.
Uriah just pouting a little. It's like, well, I'm not a gambler either.
You won
You just
a gambling
you just did the
contest.
thing.
Smokes looks over at you,
just-
dude. You've won. You don't have to keep the hustle going now. Acting like
No,
you're
really,
brand
he-
new to this.
He doesn't really do poker. I think he was on the plane reading how to play poker.
I actually was.
So anyway, this tradition, yeah, you got to go buy a couple of rounds.
You get 2.
I mean, that is technically a couple.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
fair,
need the
that's
rest of it.
Charlie Wayne's like, oh, who do you owe money to?
Let's just say I'll be handing the rest to Commander Jello Cup to buy my contract.
Contract.
World Cup.
Please don't call him Cello Cup to his face.
Charlie Wayne's like, do it.
I'm sorry, it's just Jason sitting there just like blinking. I can imagine the entirety of the Mad Dogs just giving Uriah that exact same look.
Except Charlie Wayne sitting there going, do it.
You turn around, Charlie Wayne's in a hood. Do it.
Uh,
I mean, or you
Lads.
could buy a really big turtle cow.
Already making one.
how much would it cost to get one shipped back home?
If I was going to do that, I'd get one of those apex predators. The really big lizards that occasionally like spew
I
acid.
don't trust you with that.
Yeah, you might not transport that back.
And
The turtle
Jellicoe
cows
probably
are-
wouldn't let you keep that.
The turtle cows are like, farm animals on this planet. At least the domesticated ones.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm already building one, so it's fine.
How are you building a turtle cow?
Don't ask these questions.
He's
Do you-
crocheting it.
Uriah pauses, like sort of like turns, looks. Do you have time for the entire dissertation on that?
If you keep
You may
buying
wanna be
drinks,
drunk.
sure.
We should probably have at least one of these rounds before he starts the PowerPoint.
Besides, I'm gonna need a round or two before I start telling the rest of the story that I left out at lunch.
Let's just go have rounds and not tell any more stories.
That works too.
All right, so y'all hit the bar.
And
And-
Uriah will also, like, for the ones that were good sports about the game, they'll each get a round too.
Okay, that's cool. You know, you get like a nod of things. Yeah. But you know, some of them had already left because it is getting a little late. But
Yeah, the one's still there.
So how much does Uriah drink, and how much can Charlie Wayne get him to talk?
Well, like I said, 2 rounds.
And he also found out Uriah's an angry drunk last time.
Yeah, but Uriah's had a good night tonight. So after the second round, Charlie Wayne's like, "Oh, okay. So what did you leave out at lunch?"
Vika, maybe more than 2 rounds in, over Uriah's head, just like,
Charlie Wayne tries. He's very firm and not looking at Vika.
she will throw a tiny umbrella at him.
Vika, they should probably know at this point.
The gritty details are not their damn business. They got the high points, the low points.
I mean, you're also in a public place. Do you really want to do that in a public place?
The bar's not super busy at the moment. Charlie Wayne
Ty's
just put a
just
prop
sitting
in the
there.
bar. Well, you know, it's his story. If he really, you know, if he wants to tell it.
Ty's sitting there drinking a Shirley Temple.
They probably call it something different.
Yeah, probably.
1,000 years after.
But
you know,
And
society
a
went.
non-alcoholic drink, so she's not being scowled at for ordering water.
The red cow.
I mean, Vika, look, we've been
Would that be
around our
Blue
group
Bowl?
for we've been
No,
around our group
Blue
for how
Cow.
long
That
now?
works better.
Several months at this point.
With traveling, probably wouldn't have been closer to over a year.
Yeah, probably so.
And the Mad Dogs have been pretty much tied at the hip with us for how long?
Entirely too long.
Charlie Wayne holds up his fingers twisted together. We're like this.
There's a pout, but she just gives a fine.
Right. So, where do I even begin with this? I mentioned SSC is all about bloodlines before.
Mhm,
Remember?
mhm.
Well, I'm not sure if Vega had the same spiel I got, but
Times I'm the one with the womb, remember?
fair. Basically, there was a woman that was selected for me, more or less. And when I went to go and meet said partner, I ended up meeting, well, who I thought it was. Turns out the woman I met was not who they selected for me, but I met a woman named Rain. And he'll like reach in, he'll like pull out a little necklace that he's wearing that's visible, or it has a ring on it as well as like a locket.
Mhm.
he'll sort of pop that open, and it's got woman, fair complexion, like black hair, green eyes. She was, to describe her as devilishly intelligent really undersells just how smart she was and how much of a gremlin she was. Somehow managed to put up with my antisocial ass. I hardly ever left my workshop. But we hit it off.
At this point, Brittany Slipstream is leaning forward, like she is into this story.
Basically, we hit it off. A courtship that lasted over several months, upwards of a year, before
Too long.
Vika. He just reached over to back her head.
Charlie Wang's like, so did you not approve of her? To Vika.
No, I approved of her. He just took too damn long.
Yeah. Let's say she was very vocal about the fact that if she managed to put up with me, I needed to put a ring on her finger ASAP. Which I eventually got around to doing. Asked her to marry me, and she agreed.
Smokes is like, what did the company think of this?
I
mean, how strict are they with this eugenics BS of theirs?
Extremely. They weren't too terribly pleased. I argued points in her favor. It took a very long time for them to get off my back about it. But,
You got PowerPoints for that, too.
Yeah. But, there was one day that we were in our family's, mine and Vika's, our family's workshop. We ran our old family business of like repairing mechs and other various things, fighters. I occasionally went out and repaired spacefaring vessels. There was several Lancers there that we were working on. One of them had an onboard NHP that activated. We figured, its pilot wanted something, so it turned on, whatever.
At this point, Cocaine Rabbit drifted a little closer.
Ty reaches up, grabs them, and pulls them over here. She's just like,
well,
really?
This thing is, to put it bluntly, Rain was the best NHP specialist I've ever known. She's extremely familiar with their workings, extremely familiar with how they operate, made several, responsible for one mainline one that is kind of more commonly used in colony worlds and colony ships now. So I didn't think anything of it when she went over there to go and check on it. It's her field of expertise. So I was just chatting with Vika for a little while, went back. When the mech started twitching, I reached out to grab her, to pull her away from it, around the same time that the entire frame liquidized into a cloud of nanites.
Significant eye contact with Kortev.
As the onboard NHP cascaded and went on a destructive rampage. Last thing I saw of my fiance was her reaching for me as it ate her alive and also took my left arm in the process.
So Brittany at this point she'd be sitting next to Charlie. So she's like just grabbed onto his arm just reflexively. You hear Whip gives a little sad whistle.
I
Oh, and Cocaine and Rabbit are looking very I'm trying to think of the expression on their faces. They're looking at you.
Koke has
How-
put down her coffee.
Cocaine
How
has
do
put down
any-
a coffee. Everybody,
how
they
do
look very
NHP
sympathetic.
How do NHP feel? This is a general like setting question. How do other not cascaded NHP feel about when other NHPs cascade?
I don't know that they've ever officially said in the book, at least not in the core book.
Yeah, because
I mean, they're treated as people, so I kind of assume that their emotions reflect that of humanity a little bit.
As long as they're shackled, yes.
Yeah.
and great way I've heard it described. This is again recommend anyone check out the exact track a little bit. Describe it as basically, in a lot of H.P. Lovecraft stories, you discover there's this weird cosmic horror. NHPs, when they cascade, discover they're the cosmic horror.
I've seen that video.
So the shackled ones probably look at it as
They
losing
probably
something of themselves.
Yeah, they probably look at it more like going rampant, like in the Halo franchise, where the AIs just start going off the rails.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably something that is scary to them.
They're-
Maybe just because they're programmed to think that.
Ty has leaned over to Koke and has whispered, "So, do you hate him less now?"
Yeah, another great way that I've ever heard that described is, well, making NHPs, they're typically cloned from other NHPs. And as I've heard it described, basically we take an eldritch deity, wipe its memory, shove it in a box, and then we gaslight into thinking it's human.
Fair enough.
It's disturbing to think about.
Uriah just gets a third drink, just downs it.
Are we buddies?
Charlie
think-
buys you the third drink. He's got looking at his face like maybe this wasn't the best idea. But he does tell you. I appreciate you telling us. I appreciate you sharing this with us.
Yeah, well, after
He gets a
that,
third drink to himself.
I managed to distract the net. Well, absolutely with Vika's help, we distracted the nanites long enough for me to extract the casket, and I
Passed out for a couple weeks.
Yeah. After extricating its life functions with extreme prejudice. And that kind of... I'm not sure how to describe it, really. That's what kind of
Definitely.
started my crusade against Horus and NHPs in general.
You're sniffling in the back as Cortev is actively weeping.
Discreetly passes like weird, like really dressy handkerchief that might have came with a suit.
Yep. He just dabbed his eyes with it.
Then, recently, I came to a realization. I don't believe SSC actually backed down. And I'm fairly certain they're the ones that caused the the cascade to begin with.
Smokes have been sitting there, not giving much emotion away. Didn't back down from what?
Rain wasn't the woman they selected for me.
Ooh, damn son, you think they?
Genetics. She just looks over at Smoke.
I
Just-
have.
But if she
a
was
s-
that bright, you would think they would want her, if not paired with Uriah, with somebody else.
She wasn't the one that they wanted to perpetuate the line. They wanted someone more like me, more malleable, less prone to acting out. She, while being extremely bright, took absolutely no shit.
Charlie kind of holds his glass. Oh, respect.
Yeah. So I'm recently have had cause to believe they're the ones that caused the cascade to begin with to eliminate the problem.
Anyone got a story about a puppy or something?
I don't own anything.
Smokes is like, I had a dog when I was younger, but it died.
Balls up a napkin and throws it at Smokes. It doesn't make it, but the effort is there.
As soon as Uriah finishes the drink,
And
Charlie
after
bought
that-
him, Smokes buys him a drink.
And
Vika,
after-
you quickly
when he-
realize the two of them are trying to get Uriah blackout drunk by the end of the night.
Trying to get Uriah
And-
shit faced.
She might
after
occasionally take
that
a sip of
outburst
the
from
drink.
Smokes, Freddy just looks at him just like, do you not understand how to read a room?
Know exactly how to
I
read
can-
it. Did you not notice that everybody unified basically and looking at me like, and then the mood, the tension was broken.
I don't know. He did get fourth in that poker tournament, so like he's good at reading some rooms.
I'll say as
Go ahead.
I'll say as night goes on, depending on how many drinks Uriah gets in him, he's probably absconded with both the drones of of Cocaine Rabbit, and it's just like,
So if you like take her drone, she's gonna be like, "Where are you going? How
Oh,
many
no.
have you had?"
oh no, they're just like on the table. And he's just like,
Oh god.
just laying on them basically.
Well, we knew somebody was going to have to carry Uriah home tonight.
Just held up like this, floating to the room.
Yeah, the holograms
Ye-
projecting under them are doing this.
Yeah, you see, but really it's just Whip dragging him by one leg.
Yeah. Vika can. She has proven that she can probably definitely fire and carry her brother.
And several other drinks on the way.
Princess carry Uriah.
Yeah, totally will.
Oh, if she like Princess carries him, she's just like, snuggle time.
All right, so y'all eventually make it back to your hotel. Uriah does not remember the trip.
Probably not.
Some of the rest of you may or may not, depending on how much you drank.
I remembers it all.
After 2, Vika's like, I'm gonna have to be the designated carrier.
Cortef took pictures.
Oh yeah, Uriah, he was just like throwing him back.
If anything funny happened, Rabbit may or may not have recorded it. Personal records.
It's the
Rabbit or
hangover.
Charlie may have.
I would say also, if they do ask him about what he meant about building the things, it probably would not be coherent by that point.
But
But there'd be a drunken ramble about basically like somehow taking all 3 of like the major ones we've met and like smashing them together and making one amalgam thing out of them. And
After the deep personal tragedy you talked to him about, they didn't even think about that odd phrasing you used.
fair enough.
Audrey, Are you with us?
Yes.
You hadn't really been hanging out with the guys much tonight.
Oh.
You'd been hanging out with Esther. And it's kind of late. When you're getting back to the suite that y'all got rented. Now, is Audrey the type that would try to sneak in when it's late? Either to not wake anybody up or to not let anybody know he's getting back that late? Or would he not care?
He would potentially understand, like, I'm not gonna disturb anybody, but if I'm caught, I'm caught.
Okay.
He's not just gonna kick down the door and be like, "What up, bitches?" At 3 in the morning. He's gonna like do that casual, like slowly turn the door. Try to tiptoe if the thing creaks and someone cuts their eyes over to him, but like, got me.
So you're doing that. You're sitting there, you've unlocked the door, you're slowly turning the knob, you're slowly opening the door. And that's when the rest of you round the corner. Just getting back yourself. And all you see is Audrey standing there like he's trying to sneak in.
Oh, hey,
Yes,
it's
for
this
sure.
one.
You're out by this point. Your eye is just out by this point.
Okay, fair.
If he hears any commotion, he is almost going to snap into like it is time to present arms, be ready for anyone who is of high command to see him. He's just going to snap that quick to attention.
Let's see him
at
just
ease.
go. Yeah, at ease, soldier.
Nice.
You're-
Sneaking in like you're guilty?
You're literally on vacation, Audrey.
No, I expected y'all to be more responsible and be back before me.
I'm on vacation. I don't need to be responsible.
I'm the sober one to make sure this chucklehead gets here.
2 drones, just like
The drones are helping Vika by keeping his feet from like hitting the doorway.
Just Princess carry him.
Oh boy, that poor. Good lord!
Made sure he took at least like a couple Tylenol before he lost the ability to function.
No,
that's a
I'm
blood
just.
thinner.
He'll be fine. I know my medicine. No, I don't know my medicine.
No, Audrey just sees the situation. It's like this poor soul. I feel like he was being initiated and he did not pass. Bless him.
No, he's fine.
Ask him again in the morning. He'll say something different.
Cortev's eyes are red.
All right. Who all would be stone cold sober?
Sober enough.
Vika probably only had like 2 drinks.
Yeah, Cortev
Sober
would have had like
enough
1 or
ish.
2.
Oh,
Just
because
enough to get
everybody
the
but
job.
Uriah, basically.
Yes.
Everyone's like, we've got to make sure he gets home and record everything.
So he snaps to attention whenever y'all have y'all's little exchange. You're carrying Uriah in. You notice right at his collar line, Audrey's got a hickey.
I guess we're not the only ones being irresponsible. And he'd be like, folks. Hey, more power to you, buddy. You ain't got to say shit. Get in the room.
You're a responsible adult. You were a responsible adult, right?
Consenting adults.
I say there was consent. I promise you that.
Cool. All right. I don't need to hear anything else. Opens the door.
At that point, Audrey just takes a second, like he knows it's stupid now, but he just kind of like adjusts his collar, just like right. Anyway,
What happens in the beach episode stays in the beach episode.
Categorically untrue, I think.
However, any unpleasant conditions you pick up, they come with you.
It's the future. There's creams for that.
Oh, this is space herpes.
Oh God.
No,
Jesus.
I hate all of that.
I'm just like, I don't even
Watch
want
the
to.
movie Ice Pirates. You'll
That's exactly
understand.
where I got it from.
Lord.
All right, so y'all probably quickly go to bed at this point. Before you and the Mad Dog separated down in the lobby, Charlie did extract a promise from everybody that you were all going to the beach tomorrow.
Ty's
We'll all
gonna
go to the beach.
You couldn't get the
before
promise
Ty.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna say before Ty goes to sleep, she's gonna check and make sure the transfer went through.
It's pending.
Okay.
I think Kurtev at that will say, if you can get a higher cut speedo, I'm in. Not or sorry, what's the word? Something that's not leaving just everything hanging out.
Something better than the banana hammock he was using the day before.
Yes.
Okay.
More
All right.
fabric on the crotch.
More support.
Okay. You bargain with him to the point that it sounds like he's going to show up in actual trunks.
Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow.
Semi-translucent trunks.
There's
Dev.
mesh.
You act like you wouldn't cut that out. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now.
Before you give me
Nah.
an But yeah, the next day rolls around. I can only imagine that Tiana checks again as soon as she gets up.
Oh yeah. No, she's gonna keep checking it until it says success.
It is no longer pending. It has gone through.
She's happy.
You have got your
Like,
confirmation.
you hear from-
You've got your little confirmation code and all that kind of jazz.
If no one else is awake when Ty wakes up, you just hear from Ty's room, yes! As loud as she possibly can. Then you hear, shit.
Yeah, her transfer went through.
You see from the room. Shut up.
Sorry.
Let's play that really loud.
Vika, you would probably get a very gentle knock at your door, and a note would be slipped under saying there's water and Tylenol on the other side of the frame.
Vika's fine, but she would go find water and Tylenol and leave it
Well,
by
it was
Uriah's.
well he doesn't know. I don't know if Audrey would remember if you and Uriah would be bunking together for any reason, so he would be kind of leaving it for you to give to him.
She probably just tucked him in, like the turtle cow that she got him from the souvenir shop. Just put that up against him, and put water and medicine on the counter. At least made sure her shoes were off, and then we're like, "Don't choke on your vomit."
Remember the recovery position on your side.
Leave the giant plastic bowl beside the bed and go to her room.
Knowing that Uriah is going to have a hangover with Ty's medical knowledge, can she make like a hangover cocktail to help him?
It's called Menudo. It is survived cradle.
They specifically made sure if nothing else survives, that survives. We're gonna need that.
Well, water, Tylenol, and like a hearty breakfast.
There's Back to the Future 3. Make some wake up juice.
I have personal experience with menudo though, but that's being a drunk Hispanic. Nothing new.
I try not to have hangovers if I can help it.
Yeah, me too. That's why I have menudo.
This episode brought to you by Menudo.
Basically, because you're leaving his room, taking the water in there. One of the NHP's rabbit probably is like floating by with a glass of water and Tylenol. Stops when she sees you coming out there. Oh, I guess you've already handled this.
Yeah, we probably don't want to give him. He might not remember how many Tylenol he's had.
You can only have like 8, or you're gonna ruin the kidney, and it has to get another 3D printed.
Yeah, we don't need to 3D print another one of those.
I thought it was no more than 6 in 24 hours.
That's the one.
it's something like that. If you have 6, reprint the kidney. If you have 8, good luck.
If you have
It's on the
8,
side. After 6, please reprint your kidney.
if you have 8, you yourself cascade.
No.
I'm pretty
You're
sure that's
just
just
becoming
acid, taking
eldritch.
acid at that point.
Oh Lord.
Maybe you're not cascading, but you think you're cascading.
You awake enough or
He
good enough for
gets
breakfast?
the experience of cascading, and then it cuts immediately to Vika, like even on a chair, him hanging from a chandelier. Get down from there.
Just from the bedroom, just
You will feel better after breakfast. Don't make me drag you out.
From the kitchen, you'd probably hear Audrey be like, "There's coffee already made. There's eggs freshly done. Bacon's about ready, and I think there's about 5 minutes on the biscuits."
The
Just
turtle
get a
cow bacon
shower.
is good stuff.
Get a shower. You'll feel more human.
Say a limb just sort of like comes out of the sheets, it's like it finds turtle cow, retreats back under the sheets.
Grabs both the blanket and the sheets, yanks them off, walks out the room.
Vika!
Yeah, that's
Get
actually.
a shower.
They're
Close
just,
the door.
they're just stomping as you goes to the shower.
At this point, Audrey's just got plates lined up for people. Already got some bacon on there. Would have probably taken into account who wanted scrambled, who wanted a special type of egg. Need 2 pots of coffee, one for him, the other one's for everybody else.
Are we taking bets on if Charlie will actually adhere to the rules of the negotiation?
Without hesitation, Audrey doesn't even look in Vika's direction, just absolutely not.
Can we throw him into the ocean if he doesn't?
The only one that can pick him up.
I could rig up a high pressure hose system to launch him, but that's about it.
That might also like cave in ribs though, possibly. We might get a talking to from Jellicoe if we returned and like have injured other pilots.
You haven't lost a single person on a mission. How did you lose someone on leave?
Look! And like slideshow of progressively worse and worse outfits.
He may or may not have gotten punched.
We'll
The
just put
multiple
the
outfits
injuries
people.
down
themselves
We'll put the
were a
injuries
war
down as
crime.
self-inflicted.
It's oh Lord, barotraumas. Like, how did you die in a station?
Carefully.
I don't remember what game. I haven't played Barrel Charm, but I don't remember what game it was. It was just like you got in, you pressed one button by mistake, and your thing just exploded.
Oh.
Like they told you, it's like don't push. It's like they told you, it's like these are the buttons, have fun, and then you click the one button that's basically the self-destruct button, and I'm like, who just puts that there?
I know. He'll ask about the little red button on the bottom of the gun.
Eventually, Uriah shuffles out.
Buddy,
Hey, sleepyhead.
Coffee into hand. Pap, pap.
Sorry about the yelling.
I'm not. That was funny.
Just walks over and just pat on Tiana.
Ah.
Audrey kind of leans over. Tiana, what was that excitement about? I'm pretty positive that can only mean something good happened.
Or
I'm
she
debt
stubbed her
free.
toe.
That's
Oh.
yeah. So
Oh,
Congrats on being debt free.
yeah,
Living the American
didn't-
dream over there.
Well, I'll probably go into that later, but right now I don't have that hanging over my head.
Congrats on owning your arm and Coquet and Rabbit.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about Repo Man.
Hey!
well, depending on how bad you find yourself again, let me know. I have some tucked away, but we'll save that for another time. Take a sip of coffee.
So, I just want to point out, NHPs are not owned. We are people.
Tell that to
I
the people
I
who
understand
sold
that,
you to-
but you tell that to a
sold
person
you.
who you tell that to a person who used their money also to build you.
Sounds like what
I
human
respect-
parents do.
I respect you as an individual.
Yes,
The
I
people
do.
who sold you to Tiana, not so much.
Exactly.
That's fair enough.
I care about both of you.
I met a jerk from the Baronies yesterday.
Well,
Why
how'd
didn't you
that
let
go?
us know so we could go beat him
Well.
up?
Wasn't worth the time. I also
This-
took a lot of his money.
Sarah, get out of my head.
Like both of the twins are like, we gonna go kill somebody?
No.
Murder?
I just get the
He's
image
too
of like you
hungover.
two doing the meme of like holding up the sign. Do you want me to kill him? Like, no.
At the same time.
No, we're on
Let's
vacation.
see.
Just beat him up.
So it's probably Vika with the sign. Uriah just looks like he's about to murder somebody just from looking up from his coffee right now.
Just some jerk from the house. Well, it was a house of glass, right?
Yes.
Just some jerk from the house of glass. Doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
Doesn't
were
mean
you even
anything
part of
outside
their
of Karrakin
house?
space.
Or
No, it means they. I forget what they're over. I honestly don't give a shit because I'm not in Karrakin space.
fair enough. Still, if you find yourself in
If I
need,
find myself in a
someone.
position where I need to kick somebody's ass, I got you, and I appreciate that.
my services are here.
Audrey just leaning over towards Uriah. Need a refill?
Eggs.
Scrambled, special egg.
Eggs.
Slides over
egg.
slides over a plate with already some like 2 scrambled eggs and some bacon.
Classic cradle breakfast.
He just starts nibbling on it.
What time do we gotta meet up with the Mad Dogs?
Oh, like 10:30.
Late enough that those of us who are hungover and looks at Uriah can recover a little bit.
And you're right. You're starting to feel a little bit better after breakfast.
Yeah.
Get the grease into your system.
Everybody likes a good old egg.
At this point, Audrey just be like, "Oh, wait a minute." Comes back, slaps a second plate. This one covered with a biscuit and gravy. Like, this one's on the house.
You were charging us?
You're right.
Tiana's like, I'm already back in debt.
Right. Right. Just kind of like pokes at it with the fork. Is like, okay, what's this?
It's a biscuit and gravy. It's a
But-
staple breakfast item in terms of.
Have you never had biscuits and gravy?
But we're not
I think
having
he knows what
turkey.
gravy is.
Ty
Gravy's
is
for
going to
turkey.
walk. Ty
it's
is
also-
going
it's
to
also
walk
white
out
gravy.
There are
and go
There are
get
many-
changed into the swimsuit.
there are many different types of gravy. This one is specifically used for biscuits.
As Ty is walking out, Audrey will just respond, by the way, if I'm charging you, it's just for friendship. It's fine.
I can take that.
Cookie and Rabbit. As the conversation turns to gravy, Cookie and Rabbit get into a conversation about, the need to develop a way for NHPs to taste.
The tongue thing again, please.
Uh,
I heard enough of that.
Whip throws a few whistles in there too, throwing in his 2 cents.
I assume Koke and Rabbit can like translate Whip's like beeping.
Yeah. He's whistling
Okay.
and chirping at them. They're just nodding their head. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, artificial
Mm.
tongues. We wouldn't even really have to put them inside our mouths. Even
Hey,
we
Rabbit.
could coat a finger with it or something.
Rabbit's not in the room. Oh no, Rabbit, that NHP.
The NHP.
NHP. Rabbit.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry.
The funny thing
Rabbit.
is, Freddy's listened to this conversation, invent create, and I got a 21.
Rabbit, can you come here,
Yes.
please?
Give me till the afternoon.
Lord.
I don't like anything that's going on right now. Everyone, please stop talking.
To really get that working, Freddy, would probably be a longer term project. But prior to leaving for the beach, you're
You see me
jotting
basically
down
with
notes.
The gears
Yeah.
are turning. Hey,
Yeah,
was that
I'm picturing
someone?
a
Somebody.
just
We
a
lost
Power
Sarah's power drop.
Yeah.
This is just going to be the night for small technical errors. I'm
Yeah.
just picturing Freddy building a small. I mean, it's just a tongue that like plugs into a USB port.
I can see that, honestly.
You plug it in, it starts
Yeah.
flapping around. You just smear the food on it, and whatever you plug it into can taste the food.
So,
I'm
On that
thinking
note-
I'm thinking
Uh,
more like one of those those little ninja blenders, but like that plugs into this way they can actually taste what's in there.
Stop saying words.
I refuse.
Ah.
I love that too much. How about no? To the poor souls that have to put up with
God,
this. Yeah, to the poor souls that have to
nobody
put
at
up
home
with
can
this
see
in
what's
recording.
going on in the Discord. It's a shame.
It's exactly my point. I'm just like, God bless them. They can't see the idiocy that goes on.
yeah. Yeah, Uriah, like, while he like pauses and goes, "Hey, Rabbit, you come over here for a second."
She drifts over.
He like basically kind of like the cyberpunk thing, like where he like pulls a cord out of his palm. He's like,
God.
like, here, plug in.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Ah, good. We have a Sarah.
Power just flickered. And it's like,
Mhm.
let me drop everything.
Yeah.
Is it storming up that way?
Really windy? Well, not really, really windy, but just a little bit of wind. I guess it hit it just right. So
Probably so.
Well,
Yeah,
keep
that's
in mind the hurricane's literally cutting through Texas and like heading up towards Toronto, so you're going to have some residual bits in Tennessee.
Yeah,
It's
you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
probably get
It's
clipped up in
just
the North
rain.
Tennessee
Yeah.
area.
It's already
all
raining out.
good.
It's already raining outside here.
Just stay safe, say.
I'm gonna go
I'm-
outside and watch it. It's strong Southern tradition.
I'm
Fucking Wimby.
I'm so mad because I was watching the weather report with my partner, and we're just watching. It's like, oh, it's gonna clip San Antonio a little bit, and then it just kept going east. Like, God damn it, we need that rain.
I know, right?
That's how you can tell I'm in my 30s, because that's something I care about.
I mean,
I know. I'm just like,
we got
why
some rain
couldn't it
today.
hit us?
It did.
No.
Barely. The humidity went up. What do you mean?
The temperature went down by about 12 degrees.
Humidity is just breathable rain.
12 degrees is nothing.
Eh,
Let it go down to 70.
That ain't gonna happen till November.
Yeah, not this time.
Yeah.
I know. I was telling Doob on the way to work, I'm like, I cannot wait till October.
My immediate thought was
15 minutes. Sorry. It's just like Socks has been trying to talk to Rabbit for the last 15 minutes.
Sorry.
Tangents!
All right, back. All right, so you pull Rabbit to the side, and you're like,
oh, no,
"Here."
he's
plug
just
in.
there at the table.
Oh well, you called her over or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you need me to plug in for?
You want to taste food, right?
You sure that's a good idea?
I'm drunk, not really.
The little drone
No,
part
you're
hovers
hungover.
down and plugs in.
I want you to know Audrey is watching this with some type of curiosity, just slowly sipping on that
Not
mug.
in the room, and now the player is pissed.
Yeah.
Kokei is watching very closely,
Because like
both intrigued
I
and a
will.
little suspicious.
Then you're right. He just
I am
Keeps eating.
deeply concerned this is just an long-winded way of reaching a D's nuts joke.
Whip also
No.
seems to be interested.
Vika has that look of like, I will rip this NHP out and smash it against the wall,
Something
regardless of if the third sibling appreciates it.
just comes in. There's a destroyed drone in the corner. What? Why?
Somehow shot 3 times.
no,
Just
but
for good measure.
yeah. He just once you plug it, he just goes back to eating.
It's-
like I'm just no cares.
It's weird. They found Kokei, just smashed to pieces, and 37 stab wounds. Weirdest suicide we'd ever seen.
He's sending the data signals of the food to Rabbit.
Pretty much, yeah. Basically he's basically digitally like encrypting how his brain processes taste of the food he's eating and sending it to Rabbit in real time, basically.
She gets a very strange look on her face. The closest you've ever seen to it is when you feed a baby something it's never had before. And you have that little while where it's not spitting it out, but you're not sure if they like it or not.
Hey, Kokei, she likes it.
Turns out Kokei actually hates biscuits and gravy.
Well, it's Rabbit that's
I
plugged
hate
in.
this. It is revolting. Do you want more? Yes.
No, she
Thank you,
doesn't like
Vita.
the coffee.
This-
The coffee was she eventually decides she doesn't like it. All the food seems to be fine.
Audrey sees that look of disappointment with the coffee. I'm like, to be honest, Rabbit, you can add some milk and sugar, and it will make it taste sweeter if that's what you're looking for.
Needless to everyone know that Ty has coded in that Rabbit hates coffees because so does Ty.
Also, if Ty wants to walk out and watch this happening and go, "What the?"
I mean, depending on how long it takes, she's changed and come back out.
Oh, he's just gonna still be eating.
So when
He's
you come,
he's eating slow.
when Tiana comes back out, Uriah is still eating, and Rabbit is floating next to him, plugged into his arm. And the
Do I
other
wanna know?
NHPs in the room are all just sitting here doing this little number, just staring at him.
Vika is also doing the same thing.
It's like two things. Do I want to know? And what the hell is happening?
Audrey just takes a sip, looks over. Well, your beloved two wanted to know what food was like. Congratulations, one of them does.
Whip starts
And she just
whistling
looks
and
at-
chirping to explain it to you in better detail.
Looks at Freddy.
Audrey
He's,
just keeps.
he's transmitting the taste of his, basically the electrochemical signals in his brain to Kokei, therefore
Okay.
experiencing taste.
To
But this
Rabbit.
calls
Yes.
To
unshackled.
Rabbit, that's right, Kokei.
to Rabbit.
That's what
Ty,
I'm trying to figure out.
So Ty is literally in just a one-piece swimsuit, and like she has a like a tiny ponytail, but she just walks up and she's like, "I am intrigued and terrified right now."
Vika,
Yeah,
it's better
are
than
you
the tongue
still-
thing.
Are you still tasting? Like, does taste still hit you?
I mean, yeah. If I wasn't tasting
Interesting.
anything, Rabbit wouldn't taste anything because my brain wouldn't register the taste of the things I'm tasting.
Well, I wasn't sure if like your brain just sends it there instead.
It's basically like copy pasting.
Okay.
Tasting the taste.
I hate to posit
Taste
this
the rainbow.
onto this. I hate to posit this on Rabbit, but like, you know, other people's taste buds are configured differently, right?
So I need to find other people with ports.
Cortev with his hands behind his back.
Rabbit
Alternatively,
turns,
I
starts
can,
examining Tiana's robot arm.
The NHP wants the spicy foods.
Oh
Don't have a
God.
port.
alternatively,
Anyway,
I'm working on a more permanent solution for you.
Yeah.
Koke's like,
And that-
ooh, the artificial tongue.
Not necessarily.
But at that point, yeah, Uriah, he would unplug and then just go back to eating. It's like, feel free to share that with them. Congratulations, you know what I am tasting when I'm eating this breakfast now.
So while the rest of you are getting ready for the beach, the NHPs are all like in a huddle over in one corner.
And like Rabbit's transmitting data back and forth between Whip and Koke. It's like, this is what
It's
it is.
drugs.
Oh
It's
God.
like a PCP server.
Now my brain it's like, what would happen if someone did a drug with the port plugged in? It's like, no.
I was thinking more
Now
like,
it's time to find out.
I'm thinking more
That's-
like the old style
no.
music sharing platforms. Just instead of Napster, it's Snackster.
LimeWire.
I mean, hey, we might be able to make money off that. Letting
Suddenly-
NHPs taste food, Snackster.
Oh my God, if you could
Quick, somebody
digitally
patent
like,
that.
it's like make digital chips to plug into. Oh,
The drugs thing is more of a scum and villainy thing. We're not playing that.
I mean, honestly, depending on how much downtime we have after this, I might decide to try my hand at that.
All right, y'all. We got to catalog all the foods on the on base.
I want
Room
to
with the
know.
port.
Koke,
What-
unsurprisingly, does like the coffee.
so this is what it tastes like.
Yeah, at that point after he's done, Uriah would like get up and go get changed, but he'll pause by Ty. It's like they wanted to know what food tasted like. I figured they deserved a peace offering, and then he just keeps going.
No, that's fine. Just glad nothing else happened.
And I'll be right back.
Probably a halfling.
They're sneaky like that.
So as y'all get ready to leave, the NHPs break up their huddle.
Are we just in like regular stuff, or we like straight D&D commoners right now?
What do you mean?
Like, I couldn't help but notice those other people had guns at a casino.
Well, they probably weren't
security?
supposed to.
Enough. I guess if I'm from Union, I have to be by the book. Ugh.
Besides, where are you going to conceal a gun going up the beach?
You don't want to know.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
The
You don't want that
speedo of
answer.
holding.
No.
Reminds me.
Sorry,
of
not sorry.
reminds me of old Doctor Who. Wait, where did you get that gun? I think we both know where this gun came from.
Dang it.
I'll just see myself out. It's fine.
Because like I'm fine. I've got these guns.
And the sun's out.
And Mick.
Oh, well.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I'm like imagining Audrey's attire, of course, like swim trunks, but he's like wearing a t-shirt. And if anybody asks him like, "Why are you wearing all this?" Well, I'm already a shade away from the gym sock, so I mean, I'm gonna probably cook. Might as well at least be somewhat covered.
So y'all get down to the ground floor. Charlie Wayne's already got the mad dogs rounded up and down there. Excuse me. Something caught my throat. Let's see. Oh, I mentioned Brittany being at the bar last night. That was Diva, not Brittany. Brittany's the one that keeps going MIA that y'all are assuming is an assassin.
I mean, until you prove us otherwise. She's out LARPing Scarlet Witch.
Nobody has died. There's been
That
no
we
one.
know of. She's a good assassin.
Good assassins are good at killing, not necessarily hiding the kill.
Agent 47 would beg to differ.
Right.
There can be no witnesses if there's no one left alive to see them.
Exactly.
Everybody goes in the wine press.
Freaking hitman.
It's just heavy stealth.
So yeah, as y'all get there, Charlie Wayne's got the group out there. Brittany's already heading towards the front door, not dressed for the beach. She gives y'all a wave on her way out.
Don't do anything we wouldn't do.
How am I going to have any fun then? And then she's out the door.
She's got a point, and I'm a little scared. Moving on.
But like that, everybody else is down there. Esther, you're, not goth, but kind of goth. Super pale. She's smearing all kinds of creams on her. She's got a really wide, floppy hat.
Umbrella.
Don't like the sun.
Yeah, but she's making Charlie carry that because it's heavy. I like it fine. It doesn't like me.
Fair point.
And, the rest of you, are watching the conversation. As Audrey walks by, she blushes a little bit. But, doesn't specifically say anything to him.
Audrey smiles, cracks open his thermos, takes a sip.
All of her hickeys are hidden underneath a thick layer of sunscreen.
Or she covers them up with makeup and then puts the screen. Who knows? Makeup
Audrey's not. Audrey's not hiding his. The shirt he's wearing has kind of got like a loose collar anyway, so it's not doing anything to hide it, and he just doesn't bring anybody's attention. Just like, yep, sips on that coffee.
Charlie Wayne sees the blush. He looks over at Audrey. He registers the hickey. And then he just smiles really big.
If he looks over at Audrey with that smile, he'll just kind of be like midway, like tilting the thermos back, kind of give a wink, continues.
The rest of y'all see Charlie look over at Smokes and Doc and kind of crack his knuckles. Big brother talk. The two guys are shaking their head now. You're big, but you're not her brother.
So why exactly are you dragging us to the beach?
Because we're on
Aside from that
vacation.
stare.
Because we're on vacation, and it's a beach vacation.
And did he uphold his bargain from last night?
Yes.
Okay.
Much to his
Are-
chagrin.
Are the
He's-
trunks camouflage or hunter orange?
Oh, I hadn't even
Or
thought about
Union
that.
flag?
Union
Oh
flag.
god. You had to put that out there.
You know what? It tracks for the area that he is aiming for.
What is the Union flag?
It's the British flag, I thought, unless I'm thinking of the wrong item.
It's the flag of the UK.
Not the Union Jack.
Oh.
Union's flag in the
Oh.
in Lancer.
Oh, it's really just I want to say it's just a C with a 3 at the bottom of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not finding a picture of it.
I like the idea of the Union Jack better.
So y'all head out to the beach.
Okay, actually, it's just something very simple. Hang on, see if I can.
Was it like blue and white?
No, it's it's just two. Oh, come on. let
Is
me
it
see
in the
if I
book on a page?
can-
yeah.
yes. Let
You
me.
probably thought about looking in the book.
If you tell me what page, I can probably just screen cap it.
That's what I'm trying to do too. Hang on.
What page?
Because yeah, every image I'm seeing of it is always in a.
He's Google searching. He's not actually on.
Yeah, I'm Google searching. I'm not actually in the book itself right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing one in the, at least not in the history section.
Hold on.
You know what?
It's
It's,
not
not that
tr-
important.
We've got to know what these shorts look like.
Fine.
It's okay.
How
Ty's
gaudy they
ignoring Charlie entirely because she's probably crotch height. So she's just walking towards the beach.
She's
Okay,
not
it
that
is-
short.
No,
I
she's
just dropped
not.
it in the Discord. It is, however, black, not red.
Oh, because he's got a little symbol on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then whatever the
It's got the
baseline background
legally
color
distinct
is.
Super Smash Brothers symbol.
Yeah.
Legally distinct Super Smash Bros.
Does it make the swim trunks any better now?
No.
As I said, I like the idea of the Union Jack better.
Because technically, it's also the symbol of General Massive Systems too. Because at this point, Union and that are kind of the same.
They're very tightly packed together anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so y'all get out. The beach is kind of busy, but it's not just completely full. Charlie Wayne sets up the umbrella. Esther gets up under that. And she's doing the whole folding chair with a drink. There's families out. There's a volleyball net up. All that kind of jazz. There's boats out in the distance. Charlie Wayne starts looking around like he's looking for somebody specific. Or like he's looking for something specific.
What are you doing?
Well, unlike some of y'all, I hit the beach for a little bit yesterday. And there was some guys playing volleyball. And I thought, since there's so many of us, I could probably recruit a few of y'all to play some volleyball.
We're having our Top Gun moment, aren't we?
Legally distinct Top Gun moment.
I'm still kind of hungover. I'm gonna hang out here under the umbrella.
Yeah, I don't see him yet either way. Anyway, I'm gonna go get in the, I'm gonna go get in the water. If y'all see a bunch of Shinar guys start playing volleyball, let me know.
But yeah, at which point Uriah probably is just like folded down onto whatever towel they set out next to Esther and just like, nah.
Mika's just staring accusatorily at the ocean.
What? You don't like the ocean?
Wronged me in a past life.
And she's just like, water has no right to be that big.
Go fight the ocean. You'll be fine.
I'm not gonna. I'm just. We grew up on a station.
Go fist fight the ocean, Vika. You know you want to.
I think the ocean would kick my ass.
It will.
Yeah, there's more of it.
Way more of it. Than
I
you.
believe in you.
On top of that, you have no idea what it's hiding, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, I in real life hate that.
Diva's
This
like,
is why I don't play Subnautica.
Diva's looking at you
Amen.
kind of funny for a minute, and then she's, oh right, y'all wrote group on a station.
Yeah. When she wanders off, she will at least like stick her feet in the water and eventually walk probably further out. And she has no idea how to swim, but
I'm trying to
She
remember.
just keeps walking, and instead of like floating, she just keeps going.
just walks into the ocean. It's been that kind of vacation. I'm gone.
Vika was not bred to be buoyant.
Didn't Tiana grow up on a
Meanwhile,
space
Ty
station
just
too?
floating next to her head.
Didn't Ty grow up on a space station too?
Yeah, but I'm sure like she said she had a good childhood. She probably like visited some like
She had a
planets
good
everywhere.
childhood. Jesus.
It went downhill after that.
I mean, she had a good childhood. Then she lost her arm, and then shit went downhill. I'd say Ty's probably seen the like beach a couple times in her life.
And while this is going on, we'll turn over, and if you're wondering, yes, Freddy has set up a volleyball net. The printer is very versatile. Although he's also showing Koke, Rabbit, and Whip how you play volleyball too.
And then down the way,
the two drones are just like popping into it.
I just imagine then like down the way, like 5 feet is another volleyball already set up.
Well, there was one already out here, but it's being played on.
Yeah. No, there's 2.
Volleyballception.
As you're sitting up, the Whip's like looking at the ocean. He's looking at you, and he kind of whistles and chirps, inquiring if he's waterproof enough to try the ocean.
Yes, you are. Although, I recommend waist height for the initial section. Because while you are sealed, I would recommend not complete submergence.
There's a disappointed whistle as he trots towards the beach. Or towards the
Whip is gonna
ocean.
go fist fight a dolphin.
Or the local equivalent.
Space dolphin.
Which would probably be something more like ichthyosaur.
I've seen some pretty good stuff. I've seen some pretty janky stuff from the Jurassic period.
Jurassic period was just Godspeed our page.
Yeah.
So how deep into the water does Vika get?
Mid chest high. Probably like somewhere between like stomach and collarbone. depending on how much waves there are. She's not trying to get knocked on her ass.
The waves are not huge here. Heleneos has it has a moon, but it's not as large as Earth's moon. So the tidal forces are not quite as great. There is a tide, but it is not as big a change as it is on Earth. So the waves are much more like you might run into down in the Gulf, as opposed to like the East Coast, the Atlantic.
Oh, it's
Ocean.
Corpus Christi. It's Space Corpus Christi.
Kinda. I guess. I don't know.
It's not quite Space Padre Island because they don't have a casino over there. I mean, they don't have one at Corpus either, but that doesn't stop. Padre Island's too full of tourists.
So yeah, it's fairly gentle waves. Every now and then something brushes against your leg.
She will not get the heebie-jeebies. She will not get the heebie-jeebies.
Get the heebie-jeebies.
No, I've fought in giant robots and dealt with shit. I will not screech like a girl and run out of the water.
Whip doesn't get in quite as deep as you. He does stop at about the waist level. Then he's reaching down in the water and playing, fiddling with the sand or trying to catch fish.
Yep.
Vika, give me a roll. Do you have any tags that would help you with like a spot sort of thing?
Read a situation?
That'll work.
13?
So Charlie Wayne's been out here. And he's been swimming, he's been swimming out into deep water, coming back. He's been diving down, staying under for a while and popping back up. You realize that you haven't seen him in a minute. And then when you start to glance down, you manage to catch a side of him right before he slides up. Belly to the ground, slide up like he's going to grab you by the ankle.
She tries to reach down really quick and grab him by the beard.
And hold him down or pull him up.
Yank him up by it.
Not the beard.
Not cool.
It would have been hilarious.
I just floats
Let's
by.
go.
She just sprawled out.
Let's go after watching Ty just still holding Charlie Wayne. Watches
Just
Ty
floats
float
by.
by. What the? Let's go of the beard.
Now, are you on a floaty or are you just out there in the water?
She's out there in the water.
Oh.
She's not going too far, and she checks herself every once in a while. She's not going too far into the water.
The robot arm has a little motor on it
Yeah.
to
She
shoot her
basically
out.
has an anchor.
It's
Drop it.
it's a little motor.
Yes.
Charlie Wayne's sitting there doing this little number. Straighten his beard. There was no reason to go after the beard.
It was the largest thing there.
Oh,
Well, when you're reaching for this end, yeah.
Good
Dun 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 dun.
night, everybody.
She turns, walks back to shore. The ocean's full of creeps.
I was going to grab your ankle. It wasn't going to be anything creepy.
As Vika leaves the water, Whip just looks at her quizzically.
Pat the tiny mechanical. Don't go too far. I'm not sure how. There might be some air pockets in you. You might float, and I'm not sure if you're experienced with that.
He whistles and chirps at you, probably explaining his buoyancy or lack thereof to you, but you know.
Just like listening to a toddler, she just kind of nods. She will sit out under the roasting sun, probably not realizing that she will burn, and does keep an eyeball out for at least the volleyball people.
The volleyball people.
Rabbit is hanging out with the people laid out in the chairs. So where Vika's at now, and where Esther's sitting. Koke is doing her best Jesus impersonation. As the probe is basically like floating along fairly close to Tiana, but her hologram looks like it's walking on the water next to her.
Show off!
So Charlie followed you back to everybody else, you know, continuing to explain that it's just a tradition to, you know, try to sneak on people and grab them by the ankles, make them shriek.
All the
He
traditions.
absolutely
All
was not going to do anything inappropriate.
While I believe you were not going to do anything inappropriate, my first reaction would have probably been, if I didn't notice it was you, would have been to kick whoever it was.
Well, that's just a risk to take, you know.
I don't think Jellicoe would authorize us to regrow your teeth on vacation.
Fair enough. He starts
What is
looking around.
volleyball, anyways?
Do it now.
What is volleyball, anyways?
It is a team-based sport.
Look of vague concern.
Charlie Wayne points over where there's some other people playing. And starts explaining what's going on, when somebody spikes, he goes, I figure you and me would be good at that. I mean, I know I'm okay at it. I
The
figure you'd be good
height.
at it. Yeah, that's just we just have a natural advantage. Yeah, you're trying to do it so it goes down right over the net at high speed where they can't react to it. Or where you can bounce it off their opponent's faces if you don't like them.
I mean, could, but do we know them? Were they jerks or something? Do we have a reason to bounce it off their face?
Well, they're Shannara. They're the other side. But this place is unusual, so you don't want to get into actual fights with them. Fist fights, might get you written up once you get back. Unless they started.
Or they don't remember it.
Can't get written up if there's no one to witness it. Concussions.
Haraya and Melody's hack fix. And basically everyone's hack fix.
All right, so Melody, what have you been doing here on the beach?
Probably would have went into the water for a little bit.
Okay. So you're splashing around. You see Tiana just floating around. You saw the whole exchange between Vika and Charlie. While you're hanging out, Smokes comes down there, goes for a swim. Audrey, where are you hanging out?
I was just looking for that, Sarah.
Knowing him, he probably would have set up right next to Esther. Just casually just been sitting there, enjoying watching everybody's shenanigans.
She smiles at you when you sit down, but then she kind of glances around and doesn't really say anything. Yeah, she's sitting there under her umbrella. She's got a book or a tablet with a book on it.
He'll ruffle in his bag and pull out pull out a book himself. Just kind of start to thumb through it. He'll just make one remark as he gets to where his bookmark is and be like, enjoyed last night. Hopefully we can have a little bit more of that if you want. And just starts reading.
Fika, you're in the general area. Let's see, I think Uriah. Jeremy, where's Cortev at?
It's kind of just like not floating in the water at all, but he's got, I think he does a thing where he's like sitting like at like where the sand turns wet, like where the coast comes in. And just has his feet in the water.
Okay.
Just kind of like very passively looking around. He has put sunscreen on though, unlike he kind of looks at Vika and goes, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Gets back to the room, and the realization hits her when she walks inside. And she's like, "Did the air conditioner go out? It's really warm in here."
It's like the back.
There's audible sizzling.
Calling room service. I need aloe. I need all the aloe. So yeah, so Vika, Uriah, let's see, Freddie was over there
Charlie.
setting stuff up. Charlie. All of y'all hear that exchange between Audrey and Esther. And when he says that last bit, she's just kind of like...
She cuts eyes over between where Audrey's sitting and then looks over to just kind of gauge Charlie's reaction. Like, am I going to have to save my teammate?
Well, he's got a big smile on his face at her obvious discomfort. And it's like he's waiting for her to look at him so he can say something. And she is very much not looking up from her tablet.
Sensing this. Come on, let's we can at least try this volleyball thing. Maybe if we go over towards the net, they'll show up.
He's obviously aware that you're trying to distract him, but he allows himself to be distracted. After all, if they show up, he wants you to know how to play in case they show up.
Want to play, bro?
I apologize. Is that directed at Audrey or no?
That was directed at Uriah.
I think you're muted.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I was on my push to talk.
Ah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hand over his shoulder. Like, come on.
And I'm being kidnapped.
Working the alcohol out of your system. Come on.
Yeah.
Or farther into the system.
Just sweat it out.
At this point, Audrey's done flipped a page or two and just don't worry, it builds character. On top of that, by say your sister has good intention, I think.
My intention is to not have the lady you're trying to hit on die from blushing, or her teammates kill her or get killed by her.
Or you die by her.
Or you die by her. Have fun, kids.
At that point, Esther's like, and everybody walking over to the volleyball thing. It's a dirty.
I was fixing to say because if that was said, Audrey wouldn't have missed a beat after flipping in the page. Just be like, well, it'd be one glorious way to die. Then again, that's what we say in the artillery corps.
Immediately after that, Uriah just in his no filters are on right now because he's still recovering from getting blackout drunk the night before. You just start hearing dumb ways to die.
Be fair,
Yeah,
Uriah, I'm sure I should have died several times over already.
Man has the tact of a brick to the face. Let's go.
She's like, Esther's like, ugh. It's like being back home. There's just no secrets, no privacy.
Audrey would just have probably flipped another page or two. Well, to be fair, they were quite adept at being a bit perceptive. I didn't have to really say much, and they didn't ask anything. So as far as they know, we just had a good night's having a chat.
Uh-huh.
Freddy leans over. No, we all got it, and then leans back.
I didn't tell you anything.
The
Pikachu.
hickey on your neck said otherwise.
Because we're talking implications.
Ty comes out of the water and looking pink.
Ty's already sunburned or stung by a jellyfish.
That does happen quicker if you're in the water.
Yep.
Did none of you bring sunscreen?
What sunscreen?
Esther sits up. Oh, sweet Lord, come here, T.
Oh
Come here.
no! Get him,
it's
Pika! Pika!
I've never even seen an ocean. I don't know what sunscreen is.
I have to get like a paint roller to go up.
At
Oh,
this
no.
point, seeing Esther like
Freddy.
scramble to get the sunscreen, Audrey's just
Freddy.
gonna reach into his bag and just slide over. Here's aloe vera.
I don't know why.
Freddy
I'm
pulls
just really
out what looks
warm.
like a Freddy pulls out what looks like a paint sprayer and just starts hitting Vika with it.
I feel greasy and vaguely pina colada-y.
Well, you won't look like a lobster in like an hour.
She's gonna
Like,
be a little
it
pink
did-
already, probably. But
I mean, at this point, Audrey has
I just-
literally put like his book part back and like closed the book to look at Vika. And it's like, again, gestures to himself. Already a shade off of Gem Sock White. You need to understand that this is a shade that's not going to come back easy. Especially after
Already-
being out here.
I already have it in my head that Ty burns hella easy.
Vika's just like,
Ginger.
For
Oh,
someone who-
she's just like, but I'm sure we're lines of breeding. They probably brought that out, right? Looking at her
No,
brother.
That's not a thing.
Uriah just going, I don't think so.
I don't think Smith Shimano knows how to spell beach.
Fucking worthless corporation.
Ms. Vika, if I may, I shall give you a very brief idea of anatomy. Congratulations, your skin is the largest organ on your body. You are now subjecting it to a shit ton of UV. What you don't feel now, you will eventually feel later. The 1,000 needles of dear God, why was I even remotely out here?
Esther's like, don't worry, the lotion will block most of that. And she's very carefully dabbing it on your nose and your face.
She's
Try
like,
not to get in your eyes.
just standing there, just taking it like a very petulant toddler.
Like
Yeah.
a wet dog.
Tiana's small. It didn't take her very long to get Tiana done. Freddie sprayed Vika down for the most part. Esther's doing the eyes or doing the face.
War paint.
To get a step ladder to get do the eyes.
Okay. Can I go now?
Give it a sec to bake it, and then yes.
Oh, it bakes? I'm a fish now. I smell like I'm being
And
marinated.
if you
You're-
decide
you're-
to go back into the water again, you have to put more on after you get back out.
Oh, this
Ashley's
is
like, no.
bullshit.
This stuff's pretty good in the water for at least an hour.
Actually, I'm imagining as soon as Vika said that, can I go now? Audrey like does like the little gesture of like spin around for me. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, looks like they gave you a good enough coat. Okay, you can go. Goes back to reading.
Charlie Wayne's just laughing at all you.
You are.
He
in
put his
fact
on
being
before he left the
marinated.
room.
You are in fact being marinated, but that's by the sun, not us.
But shaved head, he knows how bad it can be if you let that burn.
And when you go in the water, it's like being sous vide.
She's like sniffing it. She's like, why coconut?
It's a popular smell.
Oh, so you know what a coconut is?
I mean, yeah, they had them at the bar last night. They put fancy drinks in them.
Okay.
There was an umbrella involved.
Okay. You're good. You're good to go. You can go back in the water. Gonna hamper you playing. This is gonna affect the tour.
It's fine, Cortev. Come on, have a seat. We'll enjoy the chaos together here in a moment.
I was gonna play, but now I don't know if I want to play.
Oh, I mean, don't let me stop you. By all means, have fun.
All right. But as this was happening, some guys walked up. Hey, this is y'all's net. You looking for somebody to play? Charlie Wayne turns. Yes. And you see several
It's you
guys.
guys.
One or two of them have like Shinar, Shinar military tattoos.
I was like, they're wearing their patches to a volleyball game. That's kind of
No.
fucked
And
up.
it's not like a
They're
rank patch. I
embroidered
mean, it's just
on
sort
their
of military
skin.
oriented.
Mhm.
Yeah, just get the idea of Charlie Wayne just sliding across the stand in like a Ginyu pose.
But when he does that, one of the guys is like, "Oh,
Like,
it's the
yes!
loudmouth from yesterday." And it looks like he's actually got enough people to play this time. So Charlie, let's see, Vika, Uriah, Doc, Smokes. Where's Smokes?
He was in the water last time I saw him.
Where's Smokes? Smoke bomb.
And then Charlie Wayne just kind of bellows, "Smokes, get your ass up here!" The Shinar guys are just looking at Charlie Wayne like he is way too excited about this. What?
This is just him. I think it's just a
You
instinct to
get
him.
used to it.
Charlie Wayne has one setting, and that is intense.
It is
You're a
12.
TP. You're a wigwam. You're a TP. You're a wigwam.
You're 2 tenths.
Wow joke. Yay.
Yay!
Yay.
I understood that reference.
Nice. So let's see, Charlie Wayne, the twins, Smokes, Doc,
Was Cortev playing?
Cortev. All right. I'm trying to remember, volleyball 6. I think that's a 6-person team.
I have this Google power.
Sometimes it's just two, but yes, it can be.
When Doc comes up, Whip follows him up to see what the commotion is.
Looks like this volleyball match is actually happening.
Charlie Wayne is super excited.
It has different numbers of players for different levels, like high school and college. So we can just
6v6.
say this is the
And competitive, I looked it up. Competitive is 6v6. So.
So they all break down
rules.
into sixes. Charlie Wayne's giving the pep talk. You guys are
God.
fine. You're all athletic, Vika, I've taught you everything you know about the sport.
And that took all of 2 minutes.
We're both a foot taller than anybody on their team. It'll be great. And he positions, both of you and him up there by the net.
She's still getting used to the sunscreen. She's like, this is gonna be fun.
I should have dried up by now.
Yeah, she's still just like, eh.
So everybody playing, give me a roll. If you think you have a tag that would help you
I
playing
feel
volleyball,
like I have a tag that would help me
what tag is that?
get somewhere quick. What if I want to get there before the ball?
That is absolutely legitimate.
Yep.
Would apply fist to faces work?
Well, for spiking the ball, yes.
It works with it's used in unarmed combat. Would volleyball kind of be unarmed combat?
Amazing.
I'll
like
allow it.
melee.
I'll allow it.
I mean, if you have stay cool, that also works.
I mean,
I don't think Vika's staying cool right now.
No, not Vika staying cool, but if anybody else that's playing, stay cool
used
might
to-
work.
I used to have that one, but still, my apply fist to faces is a
A lot
plus-
higher. Yeah.
I got a 20 total.
All right. All of you are at disadvantage, or all of you have a difficulty,
Oh,
because I
now
don't think
you
any
tell
of
me.
you have likely played volleyball before. I mean, your characters, not you personally.
I was like, not professionally, but
I've tried. I'm not athletic.
Ooh, 13.
Okay.
then was this at 16? So pretty good.
I see the contemplative look on Eric's face.
Question.
Baiting the tags. Oh no.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So studying how the Shannara folks are playing and knowing how our people play. After like a few serves, can I technically use invent create to sort of like study how they play to then?
You can't on this first roll, but I will let you on the second one.
Okay, that's what I said. Like after like a few.
He's invented the over-under spike.
9.
9.
All right. So Uriah doesn't do great the first round. The rest of you do all right. Charlie Wayne also does not do great. It's like he's trying a little too hard to pull the spike off when it's not necessarily been set up great for him.
Yep.
He's overeager.
Trying to realize am I a part of the team because I was trying to count out who was on it. So
You can be. You can be. Doc or Smoke either one will let you play if you wanted to.
all right, because I don't really have any good skill triggers. That's why I was asking. So Doc and one of them can play if they
Okay.
choose.
Uh,
I was seeing if I needed to roll or not.
Okay. So you get about half the game, probably what will amount to about half the game played.
You have. So
And points are going back and forth. These guys are not professional by any means, but they're decent. They've clearly played before. They've maybe got the teamwork down a little smoother than y'all.
Vika, if we were doing this in giant robots, it'd be going a lot better.
if we were doing this in giant robots, the ball would never get past their net.
You're right.
One of the guys who other
That's
team's
probably-
like, "Oh, are y'all all Lancers?" I mean, we knew who the big guy was. He wouldn't stop talking about it yesterday.
For the next week, no.
And
The guy that
about-
seems to be kind of the team
couple
leader on the other
days.
side is like, that is a good attitude. A couple of the guys on the team mean mug y'all a little more, But the general consensus with these guys seems to be, look,
Work. This is play.
kind of, yeah. It's probably easier for them than it would be, for lead guy, since their side is kind of winning at the moment, or at least was before unions were getting deeply involved. All right, Uriah, you've had time to study the tactics of the game now. So if everybody wants to give me another roll.
Charlie Wayne rolls his hand.
Any disadvantage on
It's
this
a new
round?
scene.
Oh yeah. Y'all still have that because this is still the first game y'all ever played.
Yep.
Well, that's good because Charlie Wayne had only rolled a 9 on the dice by himself.
Good.
So when you see him starting to get over aggressive like that, you're like, hey, strategy. Or is it the weird
strategy.
psychic thing again?
It's the weird psychic thing, but it's also him. Like, I think he's trying to like control what's going, like how he's doing it. I think in the past it's just been like random jolts of like, and now he's just trying to be like, all right, Charlie Wayne, you're gonna be my guinea pig.
Be more strategic. All right, what'd y'all all get?
Rolling. Oh, thank God.
I got a 15.
22.
Ooh, a crit.
8.
So the first half of the game is really competitive.
7.
And the second half, y'all kind of dominate. Except one time when Vika goes up for a spike, but the other guy gets to it first and spikes it right into her face. Like, you're certain, you're pretty confident it wasn't even intentional. He was just going for the point. Because he immediately lands like, ooh, kind of ducks under the net. You okay?
I'll survive.
But in the end, y'all end up winning the first game. You had agreed to a best of 3. But just as you're getting the second one started, several people on the beach, you know, several people on the beach are like, they're all getting up and kind of walking towards the water, kind of looking.
Like this.
Out in the water.
Between the game, Vika was taking pictures for a set.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah, and she'd have probably contacted you in the morning.
I will investigate to see what they're all staring at.
There's some kind of disturbance in the water out there, like... Blah, 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 blah.
I told you the ocean was bad.
No, it is. It is bad. You should not go deep. That's exactly what I'm going to do right now.
Charlie Wayne's like, hey, let's just play.
Got a 21 to see if I can figure out what it is.
Something's displacing water underneath there. That'd be causing it to bubble up like that. But before you can really see, before anything comes out of the water, before you can really see what's causing it, you're seeing the disturbance in the water. Everybody's kind of like, what is that? The guys y'all are playing are all like ignoring Charlie and just kind of like. One of them's like, is there a submarine out there?
Vika's like trying to lift up Tiana so Tiana can get a better look and tell.
Ty's just like, ow, ow,
But before you,
ow.
Wow.
It hasn't been long enough for the burn to really sit in yet.
I know. Just...
Cocaine and Rabbit are floating up a little bit higher to try to see. And then you all hear something behind you. I dropped in the Discord, a MP3.
Behind us, like not in the ocean?
Not in the ocean. You hear this back behind you, like behind, towards where the buildings would be.
Fantastic.
Oh, I don't like that.
I hate it.
I turn and I just see whatever that bellow is.
All right, what you see?
Why didn't we bring the
Mechs?
Let me switch this over so I can show everybody else. Oops.
Hate that.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, that is...
Tough.
You see I think it's size 2.
Is it a mech?
Yes. It comes strolling out between two of the hotel buildings.
Is it like controlled by an NHP and unshackled?
The body
keeps
sirens kind of shifting. It's like you can't focus on the details. It's kind of shifting and moving, almost like the insides of a Michael Bay Transformer.
Oh, it's very Horus.
The head is on fire.
Yes, it has a very large bull's head or bull skull looking head that just seems to be floating above the body, engulfed in flame.
Oh God.
Vigo,
It
who
is
had been
definitely
taking
where that bellow
pictures
came from.
for a set, also just kind of click.
Oh,
And I turn to Whip. Start transmitting this to the captain.
Commander. Oh, if
Yeah,
you're talking about
Commander.
Gilton.
Yeah.
The Shinar guys are like, holy crap. Only when they turn and see this, one of them's like, what's the Bull of Heaven doing here?
The bull of what?
Oh, what?
Do
That's
I?
the fucking cult.
He's like, it's the Bull of Heaven. It's a Lancer that pops up. Well, it's a mech that pops up. I mean, he's popped up in random battles from time to time.
a volleyball game.
What?
Well, if he's not walking directly towards y'all, it's not like he's walking, bellowing, and then walking up. I got next game.
Like, is there sirens of this going on or something? Like
Siren
warning
head.
people, like warning people that there's a freaking mech.
Well, the bellow it released certainly got everybody's attention.
Oh yeah.
Vika's seeing everyone looking now at all of this, kind of glances over her shoulder to see what might be going on back there now.
And
Oh, something's coming out of the water.
Oh,
What's coming out of the water?
Oh
Something
God.
big.
Can I roll
Godzilla!
xenobiology? See what this
Oh.
is.
a
I'll
Tarask.
I'll just
Great.
yell at the top of my lungs, "Get the fuck off the beach!"
Oh my lord.
Quietly over to Cortep. That was a given.
Yeah, but some people need that. It's the impulse that they need.
Motivation,
They need the
yes.
push.
Godzilla.
Legally distinct.
Yeah.
On the rights.
Demi
We should
Godzilla.
run like it is Godzilla. But it's not.
Off-brand
not.
Godzilla. Baby, that's what's coming off the water.
Oh, you should have went with a turtle. Then we can make Gamera jokes.
If Ty has been put down, she's gonna just start like directing people off of the beach.
Yeah, she would have put Ty down.
Yeah.
I'm just
So
Freddy's looking at that, just going, "Well, dang it!" Pulls out a flare gun and fires it, just so to get other people's attention.
Or the monsters.
So like at first people are frozen, and then Corteo bellows. I think it's a bunch of them in the area running. Though they just sort of run along the beach because like going back towards the big mech is
Sure.
Should we be running too? Because I hate to break this to all of y'all, we don't
We're
have
not.
anything. We're puny humans right now.
And question for this. Being that Freddy has researched the cult a bit, does the bull feature prevalently in...
The bull does not feature particularly prevalently, or I don't know that it's even
Okay.
been even mentioned in the cult's religious text. But some of the cult guys have dropped the name Bull of Heaven before. You can't stop us. Union can't stop us. The Bull of Heaven can't stop us.
Interesting.
Now, Tiana, Car, I believe, had asked for Tiana to make a xenobiology roll.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a roll for that.
Yeah, I'd like to make a roll too, since I'm trying that.
Wow. She's too busy getting people off the beach. She's like, just get away, go.
We're sorry, you're not shooting anyone right now.
No. Hey, apparently that's just Ty.
I got a 13 for
At least we
xenobiology.
passed.
Wait, what are we rolling?
Xenobiology.
It's a custom skill that Car and I have.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because we were focusing on Xenos.
The actual species name escapes you because I forgot to come up with one.
No.
That's fair.
Colloquially, though, they're just known as Krakens. At least by the League. And they do not usually appear. One, they don't usually come up on beaches. They're not usually in this like little inner sea area. If you remember the layout of the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Uriah, he's like looking between the mech, who he's like, then looks at the thing, back mech, but the hell is a kraken doing here?
And
And the mech seems to be beelining for the creature. It so far has not stepped on anybody, but you don't know if that's luck or if it's intentionally avoiding.
Ty, if Ty notices Uriah like doing this, she's gonna like run up and just hit him on the chest. It's like, people first. We need to go.
And that is where we were at for the evening,
Fair.
because it is 9:30. And next week, what do you know? That is what we will start off doing, is you trying to get both yourselves and as many other people as possible safely off the beach.
Yay.
And you have no mechs and no armor
N-
and no weapons.
No weapons.
Well,
We
Uriah
can
has a
improvise some
sword, but
weapon.
that's it.
Vika is never unarmed.
Not while she's got these guns.
She's not going to go up and punch a giant flaming mech or a kraken though. She has limits.
What is she?
They're really
a wimp?
high.
It's like,
Okay, I'd like to roll to suplex the kraken.
Look, that crack is like the equivalent of, a size 3 or 4 mech,
No problem. Let's go.
4 or 5, whatever.
No, ironically, if Uriah had his mech here, then that'd be great, because he could technically...
Suplex the kraken.
Well, yeah, because he can lift size 4, and he can push and pull up to size 8.
Does it exist?
nice. In Ty's head, I just imagine her thinking, it's like, I just got out of debt. I don't want to die here.
Ty's like, well, it was a nice 4 hours.
Because the problem is like, Ty's like, well, I'm going to try and save as many people as I can. Yay!
It was a nice day and a half.
It's preventative maintenance at this
Yep.
point. Okay, I'm going to patch these people up, or I can get them out of the way before.
Of course, now that we know the Bull of Heaven is something the cult is a person the cult doesn't like, I just had this realization. DM NPC.
All NPCs, the DM NPC. But anyway, hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed finally getting y'all to the beach during the beach mission.
And then throwing mechs at us.
Well, not so
Giant
much
monsters.
mechs, the giant, yeah, kaijus.
Well,
Yeah,
kaijus
okay.
are statted up like mechs, though. They just have the biological tag.
Yeah.
Biomech.
But
One sprays oil, the other one sprays blood.
who knows what this thing spits?
Yeah.
Let's not find out.
Or maybe it's got like a frog tongue and we're picking people off the beach that way.
Let's not find out. Would that work underwater though?
I don't see why it would.
Throws its jaw kind of like a goblin shark.
Maybe I'll stat him up like a Cthulhu, where he eats 1d6 players around. Or 1d6 and no, I think it was 1d4 investigators around.
Hey,
Anyway, we'll get to find out next week.
what happened to the mad dogs? Well,
There's just one left. Right?
Charlie Wayne died as he lived, drunk as hell.
Trying to finish the damn volleyball game.
So anyway, hope anybody that comes by and watches this later enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back next week. Again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me has been Patrick as Freddy, Jeremy as Cortev, Duba as Audrey, Carr as Tiana, Eric as Uriah, Rappy as Melody, and Sarah as Vika. And we will see y'all next time.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.